Thank you, Bud. My name is Andy McNeil, and I was the president of the union at Southwestern College, the faculty union, and I do thank you for distinguishing between the two unions. It was not the union at Southwestern College that sent out those mailers, but the union at Southwestern College does support Humberto Peraza. Now, I don't know about bankrolling him, because I don't know if you're aware, but Humberto Peraza pushed a reform of campaign contribution policy at Southwestern College that was passed. You cannot get any money from a union or a corporation. It's actually a Prop 32 that's true. You know, and please, yeah, do vote no on Prop 32. But he's not being bankrolled. What he's doing is being supported. I don't work there anymore, but I walk with Humberto Peraza. And let me tell you a little bit about Humberto Peraza.
Like where he is?
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I will get there. Jerry, thank you very much, but we'll wait for the questions at the end, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I will cover that. Humberto Peraza, I met him 2 years ago during the primary when he was running for city council, and he impressed me right away. He didn't have connections at Southwestern College other than friends. And, excuse me, I am not a union guy, I am an administrator at Mesa College. Thank you. Anyway, Humberto Peraza, when I met him, he gave such an eloquent speech, and I could tell that he cared so much about his community. His family, you know, he included in that, and he wants only the best for his family. He has 2 children that are in this district right now, and the reason why he's so interested in Southwestern College, because he has hope for those children to be able to go to that school and succeed. Because it is a jewel, it's a great institution for education, and it's seen some rough times over the last few years. But those rough times did not include Humberto Peraza. After I met him 2 years ago, and he did not win the primary, he started becoming involved in things at Southwestern College by coming to the board meetings. Even before that he did. He opposed Blackwater when Southwestern College had an agreement with them, and made sure that they were, you know, that his voice was heard and saying, get them off campus. As many, I've seen some of you there as well. But let's go back to campaign reform. Jerry, that's why he is not here right now, because he's at a fundraiser, because he cannot get more than $1,000 from individual people. He can't get any money from corporations, vendors, contractors, unions. And that's really important, because if you've been paying attention over the last few years, the last time we had an election here, at least one of the board members was bankrolled by construction for the tune of $50,000 and more. So when that happens, you're beholden to those people to help them get contracts, and we've seen what's happened in the news, that many of those people are under indictment and are in trouble. So that's why he's not here. He's raising money because he really cares and wants to be at Southwestern College. Now, he wasn't elected, but he was appointed. When Nick Aguilar stepped down, Humberto Peraza stepped up. And why did he get that appointment? Because he'd been on campus. He had been involved, even though he wasn't a board member. When the administration tried to trample on First Amendment rights, guess who showed up? Humberto Peraza was there to support the students when their newspaper was being threatened to be shut down. He was also there to support faculty who were kicked off campus and put on suspension for supporting those students who were protesting against class cuts. He also, when he stepped up to the board, because he knew a lot about Southwestern College and it was a logical choice, he started for reform of the campaigns, also ethics, and Prop R. I don't know if you know it, but we have there's a new look for Prop R at Southwestern College, and Humberto was involved in pushing that. Sure, they could have started and built something on that corner lot, but let me tell you, only 7% of that would have been dedicated to classroom space. Now this area is growing. Out of that whole area, 7% would have been dedicated to classroom space. Well, that wasn't a plan that was for students or for the community. That was a plan for the administrators at that time. Track record, like I said. Yes, you have a very good track record. Humberto Peraza has a track record in this community and at that college. He cares about it deeply, and he shows that by being on campus and talking to people. He's supported again by the faculty and by staff. He's done more in the last year than many board members have done in their whole careers on that board. Let's talk about trades. Somebody over there talked about trades. Yes, the trades are being lost. And one of the things that Southwestern College is trying to do is put together a pre-apprenticeship program. Because guess what's happening with the trades? The same things that are happening to our students that come to Southwestern College. 80% of them lack basic skills to succeed in the community college and to be able to transfer on and finish their education. The same thing is happening in the trades. People are showing up and they're not prepared to pass the curriculum, a $60,000 curriculum that is paid for them, to go into the trades. So Humberto Peraza has supported the establishment and has supported teachers who want to do it of a pre-apprenticeship program that will feed into those apprenticeship programs. The other thing that's great about Humberto Peraza is right now, I don't know if you realize the extreme pressures on community college boards and the administrations and the faculty and the staff. They really have to work together nowadays in order to fight this onslaught of the cuts that are happening to education. If Prop 30 does not pass, it's a $12 million hit to Southwestern College. They've already been hit with tens of millions of dollars already, and that will result in part-timers losing their place, their positions at Southwestern College, and will probably hit some of the full-time faculty and staff as well. Are they doing something to improve that? Yes, of course. They've been stepping along the whole way in improving things on that campus. That campus is working together. Do you know that all of the unions and meet and confer groups last year met together with administration and took a 5% cut? Okay, that's a hard thing to do, to get all those people together to do that. But you know why they did it? They did it for the college, because they all care about the institution. And that was backed by the board. The board also took a 5% cut in their measly little pay, but it was very symbolic. Humberto was involved in improving that, and his track record for reform and making sure that people are held accountable for the dollars that are spent there is impeccable. I can't do justice for Humberto Peraza in the way that he can. He's such an eloquent speaker, but I know, having been at Southwestern College for 12 years, and the heart that I have there, and as a community member who has a child in that district, and a child in this district, and two that will be in this district, the same ones, because I believe in community college education, because that's where you have better teachers for general ed, and to springboard them on to further education. Well, again, what's really important right now is to have somebody who understands what's going on in the community college system in California, because the changes are happening every day. Last week, Governor Brown signed 2 new laws that affect Southwestern College and all community colleges. One of them had to do with the Student Success Task Force, and that is an attempt to help get more support for students to be successful in college. Things like no more taking a seat time and time again and withdrawing from the class, getting bad grades, and being forgiven to be able to take it again. Not only are students held accountable, but the faculty and staff are held accountable for getting those students through the system. There's also what's called a transfer model curriculum. Have any of you heard of that? Have you heard of that? You need to know that, because that's being implemented to get into San Diego State next year. Without those, our local students cannot get in there. Humberto Peraza understands that. He understands the issues coming down from the state right now, and he's the person that you want to make sure is on that board to continue the reforms that have been happening over the year that he's been there and the 2 years since the board changed. Thank you very much.